Civil News at 9. We have just received breaking news that the Battle of Gettysburg had ended, and the Union won a hard-fought battle. What significance do you think this does to the war?
Well, many factors have put into play, and this seems like a very important win for the Union. First off, the Confederate troops have been damaged severely, and they're running low on food and water. And next, it proves that the Confederates' offensive attack is terrible because the Union took down their offensive attack so quick. And many people are saying that this is the turning point for the Civil War. So let's go to our field reporter down in the midst of all of this to see what's up.
This is where Joshua Chamberlain's 20th Maine Regiment defended Little Round Top by charging at Confederate troops charging uphill to attack Round Top, and it soon became hand-to-hand combat. This was very important in the Battle of Gettysburg. Here we have the famous Union General Joshua Chamberlain.
Hello.
So Joshua Chamberlain, how was the battle for you? How was it overall?
It was hard for me and my troops. We had to defend super tough, but I'm just happy that we ended up winning.
And you were famous for the defending the Little Round Top Hill, and so what, was it hard defending that?
It was definitely hard because the Confederates were beginning to advance up the hill, so we had to take a drastic measure and decide to charge down on them. This meant that we would have to use hand-to-hand combat and mostly bayonets.
Final question. What do you think was the hardest thing about the battle and or defending Little Round Top?
Personally, for me, I had to put my brother on the front lines during this battle, so it was just scary for me, and I'm just happy he survived.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Now we're going off to interview Pickett from the Confederate side. Hello, thank you for joining us today. This is General Pickett. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
It is said that before you were in the Confederate Army, you were in the Union Army for the first Battle of Bull Run. Is this true?
Yes, I did fight for the Union, but then I got commissioned to become a Confederate general, so I decided to side with the Confederacy.
Okay. You were also the leader of the infamous Pickett's Charge. Some people say that it was a mistake for the Confederates. Do you think it was a mistake?
Well, this was our last hope for the Confederates. We saw a weak spot in Meade's army, and we decided to send 12,500 troops at it. It was just unlucky that we didn't win it. So to answer your question, no, I think this was our last chance to win the battle.
During this battle, over 6,000 of your troops died. Why do you think this happened?
Well, the night before, Meade got lucky and guessed that we were going to have an attack right up through the middle of his army. So he defended us, and it's just unlucky on our part.
Thank you for joining us. We will now be going over to the Union soldiers to interview General Meade. Stay tuned. Thank you. Here we have the famous Union General, General Meade.
Hello.
So, General Meade, it is said that just a few days before the Gettysburg battle, you were assigned to be general by President Lincoln. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I was very surprised at first because I didn't know these troops at all. It took me a while to get used to, but I'm happy that I fought for them and helped them win.
So the battle was a very tough battle for you. Well, what do you have to say about the battle?
At first, we tried playing on an offensive attack, but we lost 2 infantry corps, so we decided to go defensive. It worked very well against all of their attacks, especially on Pickett's charge. So in the end, I think it was good, except for Daniel Sickles, because he refused to play defensively.
Yeah, there's some people like that. Final question. So why didn't you pursue General Lee after he was retreating?
Well, I was losing a bunch of my troops, so I didn't want to put any more in danger. And also, at the time, we were playing a defensive battle, so it just didn't seem right to go and attack after them.
Well, thank you for joining us, and back to you, headquarters.
On July 1st, the Confederates came in and took over Gettysburg. This forced the Union to evacuate Gettysburg and take base in Cemetery Hill. This is where the Union Army would hold off the Confederates for 3 days. The Confederates began to surround the Union Army
with Lee's main army on the left. Meade, however, came in to support the Union overnight. Lee's main army created a diversion attack so that the army on the right side of the hill could attack. However, Lee did not know about this aid from the Union, so this diversion attack ended up failing. After the attack failed, this forced the Confederates to retreat, and the Union took back Gettysburg. Even though this was a heroic win for the Union soldiers, we have to commemorate all of them who have fallen.
Very interesting to hear both sides, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, and make sure to stay tuned every night to keep up with the Civil War and the upcoming Gettysburg Address.